What's going on, everyone? I'm TL, and today we are joined by an artist, who is super authentic. He got his own sound and style, and everything that he's doing is incredible. Look, we got Jay in the building. What's going on? How's your day been?
Man, that's been good, bro.
Okay, okay, everything been going good.
Everything been great.
Good, 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 good. So we just gonna dive right into it, bro. Um, Let me ask you this: Do you view social media itself as an art, or do you feel like you feel like let me ask you this like this. I just want to make sure that you understand. Do you view social media as the art itself, or just an ad for the real music?
I definitely feel like it depends on how you look at it. Like if you're the type of artist where, some artists like to have a lot of mystique.
Right,
So some artists don't really want to post a lot. So
right,
it's just an ad. But then there is an art to social media. There's an art to engaging with your fan. There's an art into rolling out a record. There's an
uh,
art into, getting people to want to tune into what you're doing. So it really just depends on how you want to take it in the aspect of, your career, how you use
facts,
it, how you utilize it.
facts, facts,
Yeah.
facts, 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 facts. So how do you identify exactly you know where your target fans or target market hangs out online, or where they at online? Like, how are you targeting your audience?
Right. So I mean, based on the content that I post, the people that I attract, you look at the analytics, you can see the posts that perform the best. You can kind of tell who's tapped in with you. You can tell the ages, the race. You can tell what kind of things they do based on the analytics that Google will give you, or your
Right,
Meta ads. It'll give you the data, and you'll
right,
be able to retarget your fans through
right,
that.
right. So I'm going to dig a little deeper into this. How are you
Okay.
attack? How are you attacking that? How are that information that you're getting? Where they at? How are you attacking that for other artists? That may look up to you, or because there's every level has a success point. So every you might get some artists that look up to you and think you up there. So how are you attacking that information when you get that information? Okay, what the hell? All right, so how we gonna get to them? How am I gonna get my music to them?
Right. So when I get that information, let's say I'm having a show in DC or New York or LA, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I will run my ads to the people, like I'll retarget the people that are already tuned in, and then
right,
I'll also do a separate ad for the people that aren't tuned in, but I'll run it to that
right.
demographic of people. And then let's say I do the same thing for my music for the streams. So
Hmm.
people that like my music, you know what I'm saying, I'll retarget to them, the people that have already tuned in, but then based off of like the areas where I'm streaming the best, the people the type of people that watch my content, I'll target those people through the ad, just tweaking through demographics. And a lot of it is trial and error. A lot of it you have, but then a lot of it you're finding out, new people as you keep going.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So you
And it's
still
good
you
all around.
constantly learning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's some good game.
Yeah.
That's some good game, because a lot of artists will give artists them type of juices. But
Yeah.
um, what's your strategy for getting placed on creative Spotify playlists? Do you like have like a strategy? Like,
So right now what I'm getting into like, getting a PR person.
right,
But a lot of times, algorithmic, with Spotify, if you submit your music early enough, your music can get placed that way. But that's an area that we definitely looking to get better at.
okay,
But getting like a PR person to like pitch to the different curators and stuff like that.
right. So you were saying that you're interested in getting a new PR or stuff like that. So, like, do you have like do you have a team right now? Like
So I got management right now.
okay,
So I'm still working on getting like the digital marketing and everything like that.
okay, okay.
Like solid, yeah.
Okay, how important is that manager role? Like, is it
It's
like
huge because your manager really is like, I like to say like this: if LeBron James is the player, if Luke is the player, then the manager, is like the coach.
right,
And the
right,
manager sees the big picture. A lot of times when you the creative, you in the game, but the
uh,
manager can see the big picture,
right,
the landscape, and a
right,
lot of times they can help you be like, hey, we should tweak this, we should work on this, I think that this will help you. I think we should remove this. And you got to have somebody in there that you trust and that has your best interest in mind, and then also somebody that knows, the landscape, knows what they're doing, has connections and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're very smart, bro. Because I got a lot of ways to think of how beneficial what a manager is, but the way you just laid that out is really like it was simple but effective. Now that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Um, how do you measure the success of a release? Beyond just the numbers, beyond just how it does analytically. How are you defining the success of it? Coming down to the base core of it.
Reaction.
Right.
I think a lot of times, like, you can get numbers,
Mm-hmm.
but the way I look at it as an artist is, did you make people feel something? Did you
Mm.
create a moment? Did you create a moment? I dropped I dropped the song Save You, right? And a lot
Right.
of times, you can drop records. I have songs with more streams, but with that particular song, I got a lot of DMs from a lot of different fans telling me how that song impacted them, how they could relate, how it touched them. If you look at the comments, you can see like, oh, people could really truly relate to that song.
Right.
People really felt it. Even down to the visual, and you watch the Save You joint, it's like, dang, people really like, wait a second, this is really deep.
Facts.
So it's more than just music. Let's like, we want to create moments. We want to make people stop, because in a world where everybody's just thumbing through their phone and scrolling, if you can create a moment, you got something.
Dog. A lot of artists don't know that. A lot
Yeah.
of artists don't understand that. They just think,
Yeah.
yo, I gotta have this amount of views. I gotta have this amount of views. But what
Nah.
connection are you making? That's the big thing. That's the big thing that's gonna get you from one fan to three fans. From three fans to the connection.
Because in this game, in this current climate, anybody can get views.
Right, right. It's
I mean,
easy.
people botting views, people botting streams. You don't know what's what. You don't know if it's real, if you don't know if it's fake. You don't know if it's organic. You don't know if they, boosted it, if it was ads behind it. And a
Eh,
lot of
eh,
times I tell people with ads, it's still organic. You gotta still have the music still has to be good
right,
for
right, right,
you to get those views or those comments and stuff like that. It's still organic.
right, right, right.
So
And not to break you or anything, but um, views really views really aren't guaranteed. Like you can get some views, you can just have a little buzz, but them are just passive listeners. Them are active fans.
right. Those
So
aren't
when
fans.
you build that connection, then that's when you get
Hmm.
the fans that keep coming back. But you can get 10,000 views on this video, but the next video get 500 views.
Hmm.
So what is really views if you ain't really building that deep connection, right?
Right.
All right. So what is the most important lesson you've learned about uh networking in the industry?
I think the most important thing I've learned about networking is that you not like, just because, like, for example, you might have a big artist or somebody big in the music industry that likes your stuff. They
Hmm.
might like your work, but if you don't cultivate that relationship, it doesn't really mean a whole lot.
Right, right,
Like,
right,
and also relationships in the business don't always last forever.
right,
Like, you
right,
could be rocking with somebody, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna rock forever. So
right,
really just building and cultivating your relationships is huge.
right, 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 right. No, yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact, and there's definitely some game for
For
other
sure.
independent artists because you just don't want to. You can shake somebody's hand, but like what we doing here, like is like
Right.
um,
Right.
but yeah, for other independent artists that look up to you in
Mhm.
certain ways, different aspects, for their knowledge, how do you
Mhm.
strategically like this is good? How do you strategically trade fans with other artists or anybody through collaborations or any other ways? Like how do you strategic in a strategic way trade fans? Like okay, get some fans from over here. Just like
So one thing I do when I do features, a lot of times I want to be we're both the primary artist. So it'll pop up on both of our algorithms. Like, it'll pop up on both of our
yeah,
pages. It won't just be like, oh, you're just a featured artist. Like, no, it'll be like, I released a song, even though it's your song or my song. It'll be like we released our own individual song. And those
hmm
fans, like on Spotify, that get notifications every time you drop, they'll get that notification.
right, right, right. And it's
So
simple.
especially if somebody has a bigger platform than you, like when you do a feature, a lot of times you want to get them as a primary artist as well,
Right.
versus just being a feature. And then another thing, the collab post. You want to when you get those big features, or if if let's say you the big artist, that person is gonna benefit from the collab post because now all your all your people are gonna see it, all their people are gonna see it. It's gonna be able to have bigger reach, bigger engagement.
Right.
So that's
Right.
another thing.
No, facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's real. That's super real. Now that you was talking about the feature thing, featuring with different artists, how do you choose an artist to collaborate with, and like also like what is the process, of collaboration? Because you like, okay, I like this artist sound, but I kind of want him or her to, sound this way or put something down a certain way on this specific song. Like how does that work?
Right,
Because music is art, right? To get deep.
right. So I think the best way that it really happens to me is just if it's organic. If both of those artists, a lot of times it's like social media. So you'll see, a video of theirs. That's why I tell a lot of people it's important that you running ads effectively because you never know who you're gonna reach. I done had Vori, Cash Cobain, Meek Mill. A lot of people see my posts off of ads that were run, and they were probably the target. So, but a lot of times, what I tell people is that you definitely want to. Organic is probably the best way because you guys can both get in the studio and get a feel for how you guys work. You get a feel for how they work, they get a feel for how you work, and they can figure out like what your pockets are, and they figure out where they fit in, vice versa.
Right.
Versus when you send a record off, that's cool too. There's nothing wrong with it,
Right.
but I think is less margin of error when you're in the both in the studio together versus when you just send a record off. You might get a verse back, you don't know what you're getting. But I mean, it really depends. A lot of times that stuff is driven by management when stuff is sent off. It could be social media, like if y'all like each other's sound and maybe you're in different cities and you just don't have, your schedule doesn't align. It can happen that way too. But I think my favorite way when it comes to collaborating with other artists is when we get in the studio together and we create something from
That
scratch. Or
that
if you
feels
got,
good.
yeah, that feels good. Or if I got something you like, or you got something I like, and we collaborate that way. I think that's the fail proof way
Bro,
for
you ever
sure.
been in a studio with in a collaboration? It just feels so good. Like the song is
Yeah,
just like magical.
yeah, yeah.
Look,
It's a
okay,
magic
okay,
moment. Yeah,
right.
I definitely. Yeah, I've been in that for sure.
Let,
There's nothing
let me
like it. It's amazing.
let me ask you this though. This is very
Okay.
important.
Hmm.
When you get that magical feel, that good feeling, like, damn, this might be the one. But then when
Right.
you drop the song, it's like, nah, it ain't really do as well as we thought it was going to do though.
Right.
Like, how were you managing that? Like,
I mean, it's like all my songs are my kids, man. They all my babies. So I
mm,
feel like you gotta. It really depends. Like when I drop, I'm always thinking it's gonna be. But the thing about it is, you as the artist, you never really know. Like when I made Savior, I didn't know it was gonna be one of them ones that everybody was gonna feel.
right.
But everybody else is like, yo, this was the one, and I treat them all. You know what I'm saying? I have the highest standard for all my music. So
Okay.
as the creative, I don't feel like you ever really just know that this is gonna be the one, but you hope it is.
Right. When you were
You know what I'm
creating
saying?
Savior, what was like when you was in the process? I know you said you ain't really think it was going, dish out how it did, or in that case, but like, what was like that feeling in the studio before you dropped it? Because it's like I just want to know, like, because okay, it did good. It did good when you didn't even think it was gonna do that good, right? But like, I want to know like the initial feeling you had when you was creating it, so I can just understand like how this worked.
Man, I was so really, man. I was just reminiscing, like I was going through it,
Hmm.
mentally, just because I was dealing with some things, family situations, relationships. I was really just in the thick of a couple of different things, and I was just kind of reminiscing on those things. And I heard the beat, and the beat spoke to me, and then I just kind of started like it just came out for like I didn't write nothing. Like I just kind of just freestyled the hook, sent it off. People liked it, and I just crafted the verses. I have a method where it's like it's like punching in, but it's like I write it, but I'm not writing it down, and it just came to be. It was really like a big therapy session. Like I was venting. It was
Okay.
therapeutic. It was
Right,
therapeutic
right,
for
right.
sure.
So do you, this is important that you said that. That's very, that's like you just connecting the dots. Um,
You know,
you said music is like therapy for you. Is that all the way correct?
it can be depending on what I'm making.
Right.
Yeah.
So um I'm trying to figure out a way to put this where it makes sense for you and everybody else. So when music becomes um when music becomes like a source, like a thing of therapy for artists, it can
Hmm.
be damaging for their mental health as well. Because you don't just want to make this music, you just don't want to fall back on the music strictly for, your mental health, right?
Right.
That can be dangerous. And that
It
can
can be, and it's
so,
one of them things you got to have a balance. Like, you don't want to just make, like, let's say you're making sad songs. You don't want to just make sad songs.
right,
So what I do is I make music about my life, and there's gonna be happy moments, there's gonna be sad moments, there's gonna be prosperous times, and then there's gonna be painful times. I feel like life is a balance, and as long as you keeping it balanced in the music, shouldn't be a problem. But there's definitely times where if you do get stuck in that, just always making sad songs, always making heartbreak songs, the tongue is powerful, and we manifest things. So you do want to be mindful about what you say, what you talk about, and then the environment that you're creating. Um, it all just really depends on how you look at it, but that's how I look at it. I
right,
don't want to just be known for just pain, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Because even though there's pain, there's also love. So you
right,
gotta have that balance. I make pain, but then I also make love. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So you
Because
want to
that's
have that
that's really the
balance.
balance of life: pain and love, pain and
Pain and
love.
love,
Both
pain and
sides.
love.
You
Right.
might, and then you might catch it, and it's good because that you make them both because those are the two main core things in life. So when an artist is feeling pain, when they need something to relate to, they go to that. Now when they feeling good in life, when they like, hey, that happy just got this today, they can go to your music. That's good.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Uh, do you prefer? No, this is important, dude. Do you prefer an independent label deal or staying 100%? You know, 100%. Just to yourself. Like why?
Um, that's something I'm still trying to figure out. I think me, I don't mind the label deal. I just want the terms to be good. So I feel like for the terms to be good, you got to build that leverage.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, it really depends. But for me, I mean, I feel like as an independent, there's only but so far you can take it. I don't know if you've been paying attention to LaRussell, but I feel like LaRussell signing the Rock Nation, he took it as far as he could take it by himself, and now him signing the Rock Nation is going to take it to another level.
Wait,
And
wait,
I,
wait, wait, wait. That's good though. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is good because I never
yeah,
thought of it like this. You said
yeah.
you only can go so far independent, but I never thought of it that way. Like
I
why?
mean,
Like how?
if
Like
if you think about it, I mean, you can go extremely far independent. Don't get me wrong, but there is like a couple of them looks where it's like if you're not independent, or if you're not like at least affiliated, it's like
right,
you might
right,
not get them looks. Like I'm not gonna say like I'm pretty sure people independently have won Grammys, but I just don't know.
right, right,
I'm
right,
not sure if any have, but I think I definitely know certain looks. They I wouldn't say gatekeep, but it's just not there for the independents. But as far as independent, when it comes to money, there's no there's nothing you can't do
right. No, no doubt. Most,
financially,
most
and
definitely, most definitely.
yeah,
Because
money
look,
wise, there's nothing you can't do.
facts,
But it
facts.
depends on what you value. It depends on what you value. Like if you value, um, you know, winning Grammys, if you value wanting to be charting to a certain degree, if you value those things, and that's something you want to compete in that realm and in that space, then you might have to have a little deal. But I think when it comes to the finances, if you get big enough independently,
You on.
you won.
Look, 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 look. I was talking to this other artist. He got a pretty nice audience. he was telling me like he was popular a little bit too. He was telling me a lot of independent artists is really having it more paper wise than a lot of these sign artists. He
There
said
are some, yeah, yeah,
he said
yeah. There's a
he
lot
said
of
he bought
independent.
listen, he said he bought his own man. He got his own big he said he got big crib by himself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
What's it you think that you want that
yeah.
way too?
Independently, you can have it your way. You can have
Facts.
all the money you want.
Okay, what are the ways? What are the okay? So I do a lot of research in this type of stuff. So you
Right.
know, um, what are some of the ways that you could tell independent artists who are looking to build a sustainable career on different ways to get a little bit of money in this because you got the merch, you got exclusive content. Like what? Like
You got to create you to do that though. You got to create a community.
right?
You got to have like a cult fan base. You got to have like if you look at like I'm gonna give you an example. If Young Boy decided to go independent, he'd be one of the biggest independent artists. He really don't need no label
Facts. Oh no,
because he does everything digitally. Like if you think about it, Young Boy don't really do a whole lot of interviews. Young Boy don't really be out there doing a whole lot of press.
the label need him
And so they make sure they know they give him whatever money he want to where he won't leave.
because
Like
he built the community bigger than the label's community.
like Drake don't need like there's certain artists that don't need the label. Drake don't need the label. Young Boy don't need the label. Um
Dog, Drake's
Jay Z
community
really
that he
don't. Jay Z don't need. Jay Z didn't really at one point need a label. You know what I'm saying? Kanye don't need no label.
why though? Tell him why though? Because they built a
They
community
built
that's even bigger.
Playboy Cardi don't need no label, but they built that. They built that cult fan base that it don't matter what they do, they gonna follow them. And
Fact.
by doing that, you gotta. I tell people you gotta create a brand. What's your brand?
Right.
What's your brand? And that's not an easy question to figure out.
No.
We still in the process of tightening up the brand.
Facts. Facts. Building a brand. That's a
And then not only do you build the brand, but are people gravitating towards your brand? Why do they gravitate towards your brand? What do you represent?
facts.
And once you get those, look, you can make $1 million off of 1,000, 5,000 fans.
Right.
1,000 fans, bro.
A
Bro,
thousand
if a
dedicated.
thousand fans spend $100 with you, you a six-figure person. You don't need a
Facts.
job.
Facts. A dedicated fan base, a loyal fan
Yeah,
base.
1,000 people spend $100 a year.
Yeah.
That's a hoodie, a hat. That's $100.
Right. All right. So now you got this knowledge on all the everything that you got this good knowledge, right? Okay. Now I'm about to put you through a little test for but you probably already. I just want you to give a little bit of game to the people that's under you.
Okay.
Um. All right, so you got the plan of the merch and everything that you want to sell, but how exactly are we creating a loyal fan base? How can like you said we building a connection, right? But how exactly are we doing that? On a journey, like what specifically do we got to do
So
to build this connection? Like, am I strong emailing trying to get these people? Getting these emails from dedicated fans? Like, what am I doing to
so can I? Should you want me to get real specific?
Yeah, I need you to get real specific. Listen, I need you to get as specific as possible so these independent orders can get. Because listen, once they get some knowledge from you, they understand and they
There's
respect you. From once because
okay.
once you learn from somebody, you respect them more, right? So
There's a
give me some.
okay. So I'm gonna give them two apps, two platforms.
Right,
Mailchimp. You want to use Mailchimp. You want to get all the information. You want to get all the emails from everybody who streams you, likes your post. However you got to do it, you want to get all the emails. But this is a way you can do it. ManyChat. There's an app called ManyChat, platform called ManyChat. Everybody that DMs you, if they comment the three fire emojis under your post, they get an automated DM. If they send you saying if they say I like your music, all they got to say is music. Music is the trigger word. If they say music,
right,
they're gonna get an automated DM. If they follow you, because Instagram can detect if somebody's following you from a reel. If they follow you from a reel that you ran an ad on, they're gonna get a DM. those are the people that you're going to want to collect their information. Just like when you sign up for a newsletter and they collect your information, is because they want to have a large customer base of people to be able to send those emails to when they're having sales and specials. You
Right.
have to run your independent business the same exact way.
It's
So
a
that when
business.
you're having concerts, when you're having merch drops, when you're dropping new music, when you're dropping that documentary, when you're dropping a new music video, they're going to be notified. And so that they'll already know he's dropping, and you'll be able to direct them and create a funnel.
Right. All of that is that's some great game. But now
Yeah.
I'm about to creep up on you with something. Because that was
Okay.
amazing, right? That no doubt. All of that's amazing. That's some great game for them because there a lot of people that I send this to is going to do that because they don't know that.
Mhm.
So that's good. But look, let's be real. It's crowd. This DMs is crowded. DMs is crowded with a whole bunch of people sending you, yo, listen to this, listen to this. I got some new draw or something. Like that's very crowded. You don't know how many of those I get, and a lot of them, just being real, I gotta ignore, right? So like that
I was
is
gonna
just
get him
like
there.
how do you stand out and stuff like that because that DM port is like a crowded thing. Like it's
This is
shouldn't
this
be
is
that
what
way.
you got to do if you're and this is not just for independent artists. There's signed artists that struggle from this.
Right.
You have to you have to create your own world.
Mm-hmm.
You have to create your own. You have to consider yourself like your own network. Like we have ESPN, we had CNN, Cartoon Network, whatever. You have to
Right.
consider that every time somebody comes into contact with your music and your visuals, you are your own channel, and you
Right.
have to create your own world that they can identify with, that they're
Mhm.
enamored with. You have to be somebody that they want to be or be
Right.
with.
Right.
That's two things too. So once you accomplish those things, then they're gonna want you have to be somebody that they want, that they're enamored with, for them to even want to be on the email list, for them to even want to reply to the DMs and be a part of your community, your world, to even subscribe to your YouTube. They
Right.
have to be enamored with what they see, with what they hear, the visuals. Everything has to be top tier.
Let me ask you this, just quick jump off of that. What do you think is the hardest this supportive way that a fan can support? I feel like it's you. I feel like it's subscribers, YouTube subscribers. Like I feel like that's the hardest thing to get somebody. I don't know. That's just me to
That I think
subscribe
that's
to the
like the
YouTube
second or third.
because it's like you can follow somebody on Instagram. I feel like Instagram is the easiest way to support. You can just follow, right?
Buying a ticket,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah,
buying a
yeah.
ticket,
Right, 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 right,
getting
right,
people to, like, let's say you're an independent artist and you only have 5 tour dates
right,
and they're all on the East Coast. Getting
right,
them fans from the West Coast to migrate to the East Coast to buy a ticket and actually travel to see you.
right, right.
Because with the subscription, they all you got to do is click a button. But
Facts,
getting people to get off of their phones, get out of their seats, take off work to come and see you perform,
facts.
you gotta be that. You gotta be that guy. You gotta be that girl.
You gotta be that. You gotta have
You
it. You
got it.
gotta have it. You gotta
Young boy
have
got people traveling. Young boy got people taking Raw Wave and Drake, and these people got people taking off work. They scheduling their weekends
it. Yeah.
around a show.
Right, 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 right. You gotta
You
have it.
clearly created a world for these people that they want to walk in it. They want to be a part of that. That's
Let's
what you have
go.
to do.
Right, right, right. Let's go a bit lower though, because I feel like when you say Drake, you're scaring these independent artists. Because
Okay, not even Drake, but let's say LaRussell. LaRussell is independent.
right,
His backyard.
right, right, right,
He
right, right.
made something out of his backyard. I don't care, yo. I don't care if you performing at an open mic. It should get to the point where every time you go to that open mic, you develop a relationship with the promoter.
Mm,
You develop a relationship with the DJs. Maybe you have your own DJ. Everybody else is doing their thing, but when you show up, people are like, "Oh shoot!" It's almost like you're the main act of the night
facts,
because you've
facts,
created that aura, that world that they want to be. They want to. Everybody's phone should be out. They should draw. They should. You should be able to captivate them people because they like, "Oh, that's the one we came to see."
facts. Facts. And that's very hard because it's so
That's hard.
it's so much people that's very talented and also that's thinking that way. Everybody's thinking like how can I be the one? So it's you gotta just you gotta figure out a way. Like this music industry to succeed, you got like now you gotta be strategic, you gotta be smart. You can't be dumb. Because if you have no knowledge on how to just do it, if you have no I promise you, you
You
won't
won't
get it.
make it.
You have to be strategic in every single thing
But
you do.
you want to know the crazy thing about it is?
What's up?
This is after you've made undeniable music, not good
Ah,
music. Hey, not good music, undeniable music.
facts, facts, facts.
That's the prerequisite.
Let me ask you
So if
something.
you're not making no undeniable music,
Facts.
you don't even get a ticket to the dance.
Listen, facts. So, in your words, what is undeniable music? It's undeniable music. Like, okay, once NBA YoungBoy come off, I'm about to turn this on. Once Drake come on, I'm about to turn this on. Like, would you say that's type?
Undeniable music is, for example, I don't listen to country, right?
Right.
But I know good music when I know quality when I hear it. Like, oh, that's a good song.
Facts.
It might not be my cup of tea. I don't listen to Rage,
Hmm.
but when I hear good melodies, good lyrics, good composition, meaning behind it, substance, even if it doesn't have a whole lot of substance, if
Right.
it's catchy,
Facts.
I'm like, hey, that might not be my genre, but it sounds good.
Facts. Facts.
It's
Facts.
undeniable. When
Right.
you can cross genres, it don't matter. You could there's country singers who listen to hip hop and be like, I'm not hip hop, but that's
Right.
good.
Right. Bro, so listen, your intelligence is like juicing me up right now in my mind, like all my thoughts. Like, listen, let me ask you this, bro. Um, how okay for any other artists, if their current brand identity, if they feel like it's failing, like what like how would you rebrand? Like, cause sometimes you gotta rebrand. I mean, like it's just
Right.
sometimes you just have to rebrand, and it's kind of and it's like it's scary because when you rebrand, you don't want to like you gotta don't want to change to this whole new person because it's just like this is not authentic, right? They'll look at you like he just so like how do you feel like you could successfully rebrand, no matter if it's changing genre or like
This is how I feel, but I definitely believe there's a lot of truth in it. When you are not being who you are,
right,
you probably need a rebrand. The
right,
best brands come from those people who they're being true to who they are. Now, don't get me wrong. You might be your authentic self on steroids, but it
right,
started out with you being your authentic self.
right, right, right.
You're When you're as an artist, you got to be brave and you got to be honest. Those are the two things. You got to be brave enough to talk about the positive and negative things that people are scared to talk about,
Yep.
and you have to be extremely vulnerable
Right, right.
for you to really be able to draw people in.
Facts.
And also, you got to be able to talk about, like, even if your origin story, you have to be able to tell people the things that made you who you are, no matter
Mhm.
how positive or negative they are.
Right.
You can't be afraid to just keep it 100 about yourself. And then from there, you can carve out who you want to be, but it has to start with who you actually are.
But bro, I can tell you really pay attention to the game. I can really tell that you really pay attention to. I can tell that you see when people feel when you be like, okay, like,
For sure.
like you're very intelligent. But anyway, look, all right, that's good. Um, have you ever felt pressure to change your sound to a more promotional, marketable thing, or like, have you ever felt that pressure ever? Like even when you were starting,
Yes, extremely. When a lot of things, I'm a big dude. I talk
right?
about pain. The first people they wanted to lump me in with, I don't know if you remember Moray.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Moray was on fire. They were like, "Yo, make music like that."
yeah.
Raw Wave, make
Right, right,
music like that.
right,
Derez Deshawn, make music like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I might have elements in my music that might sound
Yeah.
like that, but it's not. It's my own lane.
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
not gonna
You froze up a little there, bro.
can you
Yo.
hear me?
Yup. Yup.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just start making music like them because it's successful. No, I'm gonna stay true to my brand, who I am.
Right.
Now it's okay to be inspired by people, but to take somebody's sauce and just not have your own, like because even like if you even look at design, like Virgil Abloh has like the thing where he takes from other designers, but he creates it and makes it his own. There's been a bunch of artists. Michael Jackson even has been inspired by other people, but he makes it his own. You got to
Facts.
take the best things that you like from somebody, and you can add it to your arsenal, but it still has to be your own way of doing it. You can't just take what they do and mimic exactly how they do it and then put it out. People are gonna be like, nah.
Facts. And I'm about to give you a perfect example of a failed attempt artist that did that.
Mm,
Designer. He copied Future like entirely, I think.
right,
And I'm just being honest. Ain't no hate. He's a
right,
great
right,
artist.
right,
But it was just like, that's why he had a buzz, and then because it was just
right.
like, but
What
yeah,
else?
right.
Right.
Right. So yeah, this is good. This is good. Let me ask you this: how do you know when a song is finished and ready for the world? Like when you're like, okay, this is close enough to perfect. This is closest enough to perfect as I can get it. Because you can't make a song perfect, but how like when you like when do you know when a song is finished?
Um, it's hard, man, because I've had songs where we've done 10, 20 different mixes on it, and
Facts,
we might go with the third mix.
facts,
So, I mean,
facts.
it comes to a point where it's really just about the feel of the record and how it feels. If it feels good, if people are liking it, obviously, make sure and everything is EQ'd, mixed right, all that good stuff. But outside of that, um, I really do leave it up to. I like to drop little snippets here and there. If I have a whole bunch of people that's liking it, we're good. But a lot of times the simplest songs get the best results.
Facts.
So
Do you ever have arguments with people in the studio? Like you be like, no, this is, they be like, no, 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 no. Like, do you ever have back and forths like,
for
oh,
sure, there's sometimes where I think it needs more,
yeah,
and they're like, "No, it's good the way it is. Don't change nothing."
facts.
And I'm
So how
like,
do you go
"Sure."
about that though? Are you taking their advice or like,
It depends on it really depends on what it is. I mean, if
right,
it's like a vocal take, we might A and B it, listen to both, and figure out which one sounds the best. But
right,
my team, I trust their ears, and we get it done. So
facts. All right.
yeah,
So we talked about, you got the Savior song is beautiful, right? That's
right.
beautiful song, very beautiful song. Um, Other than that, though, or maybe that might not be the most, but like, going to this. Other than that, what is the rawest song, like the rawest song that you ever think you wrote and that you written, and
Ooh,
what inspired it? The rawest song that you written, because the rawest song that you written might not have got that lot of recognition as
the
other
raw song I've written isn't even out yet.
no, give me something that's out though. Give me something that's out.
I got a song called Anxiety.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got a song called Anxiety. It's extremely raw. I'm talking about literally. I'm talking about a girl that I was dealing with, and she was messing with another dude. And I'm talking about like there's this one part where I'm talking about making a left or the right down the street on the way to your house to see what you up to. Like it's
Right.
kind of crazy.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's that that's
yeah.
crazy.
It's raw. It's very raw.
No, that's
It's
crazy.
very raw.
Um, that's kind of similar to Big X's song. You ever heard that Big
Yeah,
X's song?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you got the sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it got that. It got. You said it got the sample.
No, Big X, he got that one sample on it that
Oh
the
yeah.
Osley brothers.
Right.
Yeah, that's it's fine.
Yeah. Um, You said you had a song that's super raw that ain't even out yet. So what are you doing? Is that going on a project or is that coming out as a single? Like, what are you doing
It's
with
an
that?
EP. It's on an EP that's on the way.
Okay, and okay, do you got a title for that EP yet? Like, or you that's kind of like, you know,
Um,
or you ain't trying to give it.
so I got an EP on the way. It's called Can't Wait.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Can you like dive deep into that? Like on like why is it called Can't Wait and like what can people expect from it and stuff.
Dang, you getting the exclusive today. So I got three projects on the way.
Facts.
It's a trilogy.
Okay,
The first one's called Can't Wait. The second one is called To Tell You.
okay.
And the third one's called I Told You So.
God.
And when you put it all together, it's Can't Wait to Tell You I Told You So. And by
Ooh.
the time I'm done with it, I'm probably going to be telling somebody I told you so.
God, that's a crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a crazy bunch right there. And I already know
Mhm.
that's gonna be pressure. I already know when.
Yeah.
Do you okay? Is it unexclusive when you is it too exclusive for to
We
tell?
still working on the drop dates. We still trying to get everything done. We
Okay,
in the mixing and mastering phase. Once everything's done, it's gonna drop.
okay, cool,
But
cool,
they're gonna
cool.
drop three different dates, probably a couple months from each other.
All
So
right,
I'll probably be dropping this at the beginning of spring, and then by the time, I mean, probably gonna take the rest of the year with those three.
facts.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I don't want to take too much of your time. We coming down to the end, but I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. A little bit more
Okay.
stuff to talk about. Um,
For sure.
um, what's the biggest challenge? Like the biggest challenge you face being an independent music artist? Like this, is there like a stigma that you just be like, bro? Like, is there like something that you just the biggest challenge of being an independent music artist?
I think the biggest challenge with the independent is, I mean, in the beginning, it's all on you.
Yeah,
Like when you don't got no team, you got to kind of figure everything out on your own.
right.
And the thing
One man
about
army.
one man army, and the thing about even getting a team is that you probably put up so many shots on your own because you don't find a team. I don't believe you find a team. I believe the team finds you.
That's good.
The
That's
team
good.
finds
That's
you.
good.
Because as you balling, as you going crazy with these drops and these visuals, people are gonna come along and when they see that you really out here doing it, they're gonna be like, wait, hold on. I like what you're doing, and everybody wants to be a part of something that a winner.
Yeah.
So when they see what you're doing and they seeing that, wait, you really doing this, I can help you.
Mhm.
This is my area of expertise. I can help you do this. I can help you do this. I do this. Let's link and let's do
Right.
this.
Because they can
That's
see
really how the team comes about.
facts.
Yeah.
Because they can see the championship. They can
They
see
see
how
the
this,
championship.
yeah.
They
They
just know that you need a couple more players, a couple more pieces on the team to get to that chip.
right, right,
Hmm.
right, right. And sometimes it's just yeah, no, that's not that's facts. That's facts. Um, how do you handle like we just talking about, how do you handle the financial burden of funding your own career? Because listen, if we being real, you got times where you're putting so much money in, but it ain't coming back. So
Right.
you taking big risks and it's constant big risks. It's never like a until you get to that point where you're making you do when you get when you get some when you get in that paper, it's
Yeah.
just you just keep throwing money in that you ain't really getting back sometimes. So
Right.
how
I mean
do you deal with that?
that's why it's important to have a team because a team can help you invest.
Facts.
Sometimes the team can help you. People on your team can help find investors. It's a lot of different ways.
Hmm.
But in the beginning, you gotta find a way to get that money.
Right. Right,
Yeah. You gotta find a way. As the artist, you gotta find a way to get that money because it takes money to make money. It takes money to make it in this game. You can't do nothing without it
bro.
in this thing. Nah, you gotta spin. You gotta be. Hey, you want to win? You gotta spin.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like it. It sometimes, bro, it frustrates me, bro, because like I deal with so many artists who just like don't get it, and I just look at them sometimes. It's be like, Doc, you good, like your music is good, but like you've been at the same spot for like this. You haven't gone and gotten anywhere. Like your music is good, but you really have to like. It's more than just good music, bro.
Right.
Like a lot of artists, like they just listen. I can't fault them though. You can't fault them though. You gotta have
Nah.
everything. But there's a lot of people just don't have like you gotta be vicious in this industry, bro.
You got to be vigilant.
Like,
You got to, and there's gonna be times where it might not look like you're making no traction. You got to keep going. Even
facts.
I done had the moments where it's looking a little stagnant. You got to be able to push through that. I mean, it's not always. It's not pretty.
We're not
It's
as
not pretty. This a grind. This is one of the grind of all grinds, bro.
Bro, let me ask you something. Just give a. I really just want you to give a little bit of game because I'm gonna clip this specific part and I'm about to send it to a lot of people that just are clueless or just need something. Like, cause it's just like certain artists, like even when they're young, especially the young artists that are just like teenagers and stuff like that. They just they make music and they be like, man, I'm waiting to blow, but it's just like you're not doing nothing but making music, bro. Like that's all you're
Mhm.
doing. And some artists are not some artists don't have a lot of friends and stuff like that that's helping them, so they just by themselves. But just because you're by yourself, don't mean that you can't that you got to make excuses. You got to do stuff. You just can't be making music all day, and you just can't be sending people your music talking about serious, because a lot of people just gonna throw that away. You got to be in the
Mhm.
field, getting to it. So give
Right.
artists a little game on. Listen, you got to stop doing this just making music thing, and you got to do something. Like give them some things to start off with to do. Like just one, two, three
So look, once you've made the music, now you got to make the content behind the music.
facts.
Now you've made the content. Okay, it's cool if you post, but if you don't got that many followers, now how is your content and your music going to be heard by many people? You got to promote, whether it's the promotional pages, whether it's running ads, whether
Facts.
it's even having the people that you send. If they say they support you, send us to 5 or 10 other people, and then they
Facts.
have them send it to 5 or 10 other people. However,
Right.
you got to grow, but you gotta push it. You gotta
Right.
push it, and the music's the easiest part. You
Easiest
know,
part.
that's the easiest part. But you got to be able to promote, and you know what I'm saying. You got to find
Music
some
got to be great
movies.
though.
The
It need-
music got to be undeniable,
Yeah,
undeniable.
right. Because if you just making some music and show up, just throw
If
this
you just making some bullshit, it ain't gonna work.
right. And a lot of artists,
Especially in this day and age, where there's a whole lot of talent out here.
right.
You got to be coming with your best stuff.
All right. So let me ask you this. This is a hard question. This is a very hard question.
Hmm.
When should somebody, because you might not even, listen, all right. So when should an artist that's been making music for a minute, consider just stopping? Because I asked another artist this. I don't know if you ever heard of Jazz Clutch. No, never heard of. Okay, that's cool.
Jazz Clutch.
Yeah, you
Is
put
it he or she?
G.
Heard of her?
Okay, yeah.
She's tough.
But yeah. But she was saying that. Wait, was it Jazz Clutch? Yeah. It was Jazz Clutch. She said like, if I'm right, she said that you should never quit if you're making. You should never ever quit if you love making music. But if you know you're not doing what it takes to win in music, then just do it for fun. Don't just be like spending money on it unnecessarily when you
Yeah. If it's just your hobby, just do it as a hobby. There's nothing
facts,
wrong with that. But
facts.
if first of all, if you nice
Right,
and you know you nice
right.
and you just haven't broke yet, you don't never quit.
Facts.
I don't
Facts.
care if you've been stagnant for the past 2 years. That
Or
third
three,
year could be your year.
right? Or 5 years.
That's
5 years. That's 6 year.
I think Rick Ross said something crazy like it took him 10 years to start making money in music.
And he had to pour money into music, do the
And he
music
put out a
videos.
lot of music.
How much money you think he spent? Ooh.
Man.
And
Especially back then when the budgets was way bigger.
especially
People
when he really was doing it. Like he was.
people talk about $250,000 to break a record now. They used to spend $250,000 on a video.
Ooh.
Cash money. Cash money. Cash money was spending $250,000 just to shoot videos back then.
Yeah, but Rick Ross and them, they was hustling. They was outside.
They was hustling. Yeah.
He was getting some paper. That boy was
Hell yeah,
getting
they was
some
getting
paper.
money. But he was
Yeah.
spending that paper too now. He was spending
All right,
it.
I got a few more for you. What's the
Okay.
uh what's the most oppressively depressing part of the music business for you? Like them just like late nights, lonely nights, or just like anything that's like that sometimes catches you off guard and really just makes you feel some type of way sometimes.
You could be going years. I mean, you could be dropping music. You could be making good content for years, and you'll have a feeling like you're not where you're supposed to be, and you feel like you unheard and unseen. It's almost like you being ignored. It can
But
be depressing if you let it, but
yeah,
you got to have that dog in you that's like, nah, we gonna keep going. But when you have those feelings, you got to be like, all right, why do I feel this way, and what am I doing to get to that level? Am I doing
mm,
everything I got to do? And if I'm doing everything that I think I got to do, then maybe I need to try something different.
okay.
Maybe
But
I need to switch
sometimes,
the approach up.
right, right,
Because
right. But
sometimes you
sometimes,
just got to keep going and be
right,
persistent.
sometimes you
It
don't need
just
to do
takes some
anything.
time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Just take some time.
That feeling ignored thing is
It's
that shit
crazy.
that's career ending for some artists. Because some
Yeah.
artists, because they don't know how to deal with that feeling ignored thing.
And
A lot of artists crash out too. Like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So how do you recharge when you feel yourself coming, like when you feel burning out coming close to you, like when you feel like, like how do you recharge? Do you take breaks? Do you take a week off? Do you ever do that?
I gotta go live. If I ever feel, I mean, I don't really. It's been a while since I felt burnt out. But if I do feel burnt out, that means I gotta go live somewhere. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I might need to go take a little vacay. I might need to go do some things. You know, because now when I come back, I got a lot to talk about.
Facts. And you feeling
So
juiced up, like
yeah,
you might make a whole album or something.
yeah.
But look. A lot in this industry, it's like artists they praise the nonstop work thing. Oh, I'm no sleep. I'm doing this 24/7, and that leads a lot of artists to to burn it. They lead these people in the industry that's always talking about, yeah, we ain't no sleep. We in this like 24/7, always
Don't
working.
listen to
They
that.
leading people down a dead end. Like that's not true. Like
In this game, your mental got to be on 1,000.
facts,
Your
right,
mental got to be right. If your mental, I don't care what you're going through, even if you're going through the bullshit, you still can find ways to protect your mental because in this game, even to make the music, your mind got to be right. Your mind got to be right.
fact. That's
And you
facts,
got to be
bro.
locked in. You got to
Aggressive.
be focused. So when there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, I try my best to tune a lot of that out.
Right. Okay. That's
Yeah,
good. I just
cut the
got four more for
distractions.
you. Four more for you. How do you stay grounded as as your buzz starts to grow? Even like now or when you was a little bit on the upcoming. How do you stay grounded when the buzz starts to grow? Because if we get real, people think it's ice cream and cake when a buzz starts building, but that can actually build high levels of anxiety. And like it's like when it's really starting to grow, like it's like okay, some people
Yeah.
start to do certain things that just that doesn't connect with their brand when buzz starts to rise, and they just do different things that's just like okay, like it's just damaging. So like, how do you deal with the anxiety? How do you stay grounded when buzz starts to grow?
So one thing about me is I'm unapologetic about my faith. I'm that's just how I am, and it's always gonna be like that. It's always gonna stay like that. And the thing about it is, it don't matter how high I get, it don't matter how low I get. I'm always a child of God.
Okay,
You
good,
feel me? So at the
right?
end of the day, it's like it don't matter if I have all the buzz in the world, and then all of a sudden they saying in a couple of years I done fell off.
Yeah,
Stay even keel. I never
facts,
you don't never want to try to believe. Now don't get me wrong. You naturally you're gonna get a little big headed maybe at some points. You're gonna feel good about yourself, but always remember where you came from and who you are.
facts. Good, that's
And I
good.
got and my team, they for sure keep me grounded. The people around you, they keep you grounded. And
What
that's
is
why it's
what?
important to keep those people around you even when you succeed because the people who helped you get there, if you just get rid of them once you blow, it's going
Mm,
to be hard to stay grounded because they're going to remind you what it took to get there. The people they will remind you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's some good game. That's some good info. Um, if a major label offered you a deal tomorrow, what would
Mhm.
be your top concern? Like where you're, where you're like, okay, that's cool, but what's your top concern if a label offered you a deal tomorrow?
Ownership,
Ownership. Okay.
percentages, splits. How much of my music do I own? Do I own my masters? Can I is this licensing or do you own it?
Facts.
Because if I had to create everything and then you own it, I mean, look, I'm in the studio right now. I got everything. I done purchased my studio.
Facts.
I done. You know, I produce. I do all these things. I'm a writer. So if I literally created everything from scratch, but you own it, that's probably not going to work for me.
Facts. Because it's like you raised this kid.
I raised it, and now all of a sudden I'm trying to. The kid turns 18, and now it's yours. But I literally raised it from 0 to 18.
Still my baby. It's still like
Right. I
facts.
gotta. So that would probably be my number one concern is the ownership.
Facts. Good.
Yeah. Like
Good.
I'm willing to license my catalog, but I'm not willing to just give you my catalog.
Yeah, like when you really sit down and think about it, that's crazy.
It
Like
is crazy.
that's crazy.
That's like you go to a car dealership. I gave you all this money for this car, but you still own the car.
Facts.
Right? It's
Facts.
not a lease. It's not a lease. I gave you the actual money to
Right.
purchase this car,
Right.
but I did all the prerequisites, but you still own the car.
Right. Right.
Nah,
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Where do you honestly, truly see yourself in 5 years? And that's about 5 years is about 1,800 days or something like that. Where do you see yourself truly in that amount of time?
I'm one of the biggest artists in the game.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're doing what it takes every day to get to that point?
yeah,
Okay. That's good.
I'm there. In
Okay.
5 years, I'm for sure there.
Okay. And what does that look like to you though? What is one of the biggest, like what does that look like to you? Vividly.
Arena tours.
Okay. Okay.
Being
Five
able to,
years, 5 years is enough to get to that point too.
yeah,
Right? And
arenas.
you on a good run right now. You
Yeah, arenas.
yeah,
Crazy fan base all over the world. Yeah,
right. A dedicated, loyal fan base, strong,
dedicated, loyal,
right?
sticky
Because you built it, right?
from the
You
ground
connect
up, brick by brick,
because you connecting with them. You really care about them.
and they feel me.
Right.
They feel everything I'm giving out.
Right. No, facts. Facts. All right, so we came down to the end of this. I just want one more thing for you. What is your last message to everyone listening? Even if it was like, say if the whole world was listening right now. Say like what is one message you would like to say to everyone, to from the independent artists that look up to you, from independent artists that may not even know you, from labels that may not even know you, from managers that don't know anybody. The last message for everybody that you.
Man, I say this. I'm gonna speak to the independent artist, man. If you're an independent artist, keep going. Do not give up. Figure out what your why is. Once you figure out what your why is, you'll be able to. That'll fuel you and that'll fuel your grind because this is a long journey. This is not easy. It's not for the weak, but you can do it. You are
Right.
well equipped. If you just look around, you have everything you need. You might not have everything you want, but you have everything you need to be successful. If you really just take heed to everything that's going on around you and really have that true self-belief in yourself and whether you believe in God, whatever you believe in, you have to use that to fuel you and to propel you and push you to whatever it is that goal, whatever you want to achieve, it can happen. But it starts with you and what's inside of you. And what's inside of you will permeate and everybody will be able to see it.
Good. That's good. That's good. One thing you said right there that I took from everything that really resonated with me was this game ain't for the weak.
Whew.
You gotta learn how to build your mental strength. You
That
got
mental is everything.
listen, Nipsey, I don't know if you listen to Nipsey Hussle, but he said once, he said, you can walk on water, just don't look down at your feet. Like, just don't look down at you gotta believe in yourself, baby. You gotta believe
Man,
in yourself. It's
I'm telling you,
real.
this game will take you through every emotion.
Facts.
It'll
Facts.
take you through every emotion, but you got to have the mental fortitude to be able to deal with every emotion and still
Facts.
keep going. It ain't
Facts.
for the weak at all.
No, that's real. No, man, but listen, man, I appreciate you for being on. This was like probably one of my favorites because you just gave us so much
Man,
information, especially for the independent artists, where I could just clip it and send it to them. You know, the artists that I really work with a lot, that's independent, I really don't have, too much knowledge on certain things. So this is good. This is probably one of my
sure,
favorite ones.
for
I
sure.
appreciate you for being on, and for everybody watching, I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you, my brother.
No, for sure. Make sure I go tap into him, everything that he got going on, tap into all of his music. Where can they find you on Instagram and all that type of
Man,
stuff?
look, they can find me at JayNii the artist, Instagram, TikTok. They can find me on YouTube, JayNii the artist, JayNii the artist. I'm on every platform. I'm on everything. You know where to find me, y'all.
Listen, and he got that good music. He really got good
Yes,
music that
sir.
listen to it, you can feel. And so, and that's good to have. That's good to have one of the artists that you can just come to when you got artists in the game that just talk about the stuff when you listen to it, and then when you listen to all the BS enough, it just get into your life and just make you feel some type of way and make you start doing things that you ain't really trying to do. But when you go over to when you go over to James or listen to his music, it's really just like you're coming to. It's just like you're just just I don't know. It's just a certain feeling, just the natural feeling. Just like he says, he got the pain music for you to relate to, then he got the good music for you to relate to. So you can just go in his catalog and just pick. Okay, I'm feeling this today. Okay, let me just go listen to that. Okay, I'm feeling good today. I mean, so he just got that thing where it's just like perfect, basically. But yeah, that was good. Everybody, I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate you both for being on again, and we go see everybody next time. Peace.
Peace, y'all.